People are powerful. People have lasting effects in our lives. So we must learn to appreciate everyone that comes through our life. This episode, I'm going to be doing that. Let's go. So before we get into it, let me first of all introduce you to the Project Sword and invite you to check out our website. All right, we are the Project Sword. We love music. All right, we love music. We love God, and we just want to put the two together. All right, get our music. Our music is on our website. It's also available on major platforms like iTunes and Spotify, Boomplay, and or the likes. Okay, you can get our worship session, which is the unscripted sessions. Is amazing, it's intense, it's deep, it's powerful. Please go to YouTube. You can also get it on our website. All right, Salt TV on YouTube, available on our website too. It will bless you. I'm confident of that. All right, get our updates, what we are doing, where we are signing, where we are doing our music, where we are blessing lives, where our engagements generally, so you can keep up with what we are doing and be a part of what we are doing. Okay, so www.projectsalt.com/updates. You can also go to www.projectsalt.com/shop and shop for our merchandise. You want to get our branded shirts, our branded hoodies, our branded face caps, everything branded, beautiful. They are available there. You want to give to this platform, you want to give to what we're doing. Okay, what we are doing for the kingdom of God, go to www.theprojectsword.com/give. All right, and you can also be a partner, so you can be giving regularly. You can be a partner. There are a lot of perks to being a partner, a lot of benefits, I tell you. So go there, check them out, and join on. Okay, whatever we do, all the things we do are taken care of and provided by partners. So trust me, you're in good company. You can follow us on social media. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Daniel McDon and the Project Salt. You can also subscribe to all our channels from YouTube to Spotify, wherever your podcasts is gotten from. We are there. You can all subscribe and get the blessing fully loaded. We are dropping content on a regular, so don't be caught unawares. God bless you. Let's jump into this thing right now. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, it's a beautiful day. A good day to talk about people, the power of people, the impact of people, the purpose of people in your life. Okay, this is not a topic I'm good at all. This is not a topic I'm really good at. Why is that so? Anybody who knows me knows that I'm not a wonderfully people person. Okay, I'm not overly people oriented. I don't gravitate towards people that much. Now, maybe that's what helps me appreciate people in my life. Okay, maybe that's why I appreciate people in my life. But I'm not overly. Unless I really have to, get involved with you, I probably will not. Okay, unless there's a necessity behind a conversation with you, a link up with you, a connection with you, talking or having any subsequent relations with you, I will not. Okay, it doesn't mean that I do not appreciate people in my life or I do not understand the value of people. I understand the value of people. It's just that I'm not built that way, and because of that, I learn to appreciate the people in my life so that I can keep them. Okay, I'm one of those people who I incline towards lasting relationships. Okay, I'm not one of those people who tell you, oh, cut people off. Oh, this person is not doing this one, cut them off. This person is not doing that, cut. I generally, my kind of life is things last. Okay, things last. If I'm doing something, that thing will last. If I'm getting involved in any movement, any action, any venture, any person, any practice, any habit, it will generally last. Okay, so my relationships with my friends, with whoever it is that is around me, generally last. Even when there are conflicts, they generally last. Okay, except when there is a one-sided. Oh, okay, sorry. I'm supposed to be at the gym now. My gym alarm just went off. Okay, so I need to do this. Let me do this quickly. So, except in a situation where the person constituted would I call it a betrayal, or there was a one-sided adverse effect. In other words, the person didn't make a mistake. The person deliberately did something to offend me, deliberately knowing it would offend me. Okay, then I may have that you have actually bruised the trust that exists. Okay, other than that, my relationships with people are lasting. However, I don't have a lot of relationships with people. I know a lot of people know me, but I do not have a lasting relationship with many of them. Okay, I don't have just a few of them. Okay, but so it then means that am I kind of person that should talk about people? I mean, it should be a sanguine. Sanguine should talk about people. So sanguine is a people person. Okay, they understand how to cooperate with people, how to connect with people emotionally. Okay, so the thing is people that should be able to talk about these things well. However, I think it is important that we appreciate the people in our lives. Okay, appreciate the people in our lives. We might not. Okay, for me, if you're like me, we might not be proactive in going to secure relationships, secure friendships with people. Okay, it's not as if we go out of our way and say, okay, I want to be friends. I know people who do that. I know people who do that. They will just walk up to you and say, oh, wow. As in guy or girl, as in a lady or a man, they will just connect with you. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how to pull it off. Okay, I joined my church choir, TRI, and after years of being a chorister, I've been music director at different times. Okay, but I've since Babcock University, where I finished my first degree, I've not been a choir member. And even in Babcock, I stopped being a choir member. I became a sound engineer. So it was like I think around that 2010 or 11, I stopped being a choir member, a chorister. Alright. So till this 2020. So I mean, it's been years. It's been like 9 years since I stopped actually being an active choir member. Doesn't mean I stopped singing. I've always been singing. I've always been involved in music, directing music, and producing music, and recording music, performing music, but being a choir member. So it was awkward for me. However, there's this guy in the choir that just straight up, I mean, from day one, he's like asking questions about me, talking to me, and I'm like, dude, who's this guy? Asking questions, oh, where do you work? How do you do this? And then for the life of me, for someone, even though he had mentioned his name, I didn't know who he was. As in, I couldn't remember his name. That's how I'm not gonna. I don't. Apart from the fact that we're in the choir, I don't have any business with you. But the guy is. He's not. He doesn't need to be funny. It's not like he's a funny person and he's trying to entertain me. No, he's just interested. He's just asking questions. He's just trying to. I'm like, how do we get this energy? As in, it's the grace of God, honestly, it's the grace of God to just be asking people questions, trying to know about them, trying to get them to hang out, trying to, ask questions about them, ask their opinion. You just ask me, what do you think about the service? And he genuinely wants to know what I think of the service. As in, I'm like, what relevance is my opinion to the? He genuinely wants to know what I think about the service. I don't know why. Maybe God just created people like that to just be among the rest of us who, if you leave us to ourselves, we will just hide in our shell and sit down there and let the world just go by. And I think he's just operating in his grace, because that is a grace that I do not understand. All right, but these are people that I value. I appreciate his energy, his grace, his him being his authentic self, okay, being the kind of person he is. And there are other people like that, okay, who have either come into my life or walked through, or passed by, And because I do not have many of them who are close by, the little I have or the few I have, I appreciate them a lot. I appreciate them a lot, especially the ones who are connected to me based on the Project Salt. Yeah, especially those who are connected to me based on my ministry, which is the Project Salt. The Project Salt is my ministry. I think that's the word to use. Yeah, because people hear you say my ministry and they think, oh, you are running one big church, one big. Oh, ministry is service. Ministry is service. Church is a different thing. Church is a church. Church is an organization. Church is a setup where people come together, okay, under God, the ecclesia, okay, they set apart. Yes, we might have some. We might split. We have split definitely into different fragments and different cells, but it doesn't change the fact that we are the body of Christ. Ministry, on the other hand, is a unit of service. All right, it is really specialized. Okay, my own ministry specializes in music. Okay, is a kind of service to humanity through music. Okay, I say service to humanity. Okay, because we are serving humanity for God. All right, people say, "Oh, we are serving God." Not necessarily. You are serving humanity for God. Okay, so our job is to ask God what He wants for humanity. So we are so that we are doing it accurately. We're not doing it based on what humanity wants, based on what God wants. God says, "Okay, I want you to touch lives in this direction," and we move in that direction. So those who have been with me with Project Salt since we came up with this in 2012, it's been amazing. In fact, I think I should focus on those. Yeah, I have friends. I have close friends. There's somebody, I don't know where was I. What was it I was doing? I think it was a conference, or I was watching a YouTube video, and they were like, "Can you list like three people who like they are your own people?" As in, yes, they are friends of other people. They are friends of other people, but like they are for you. Like maybe you talk to them every week, or even if you don't talk to them every week, if you need help now, and you're like, this thing I can't just tell anybody, I can't just let anybody involved. You have to get as in the closest of the closest people, apart from your siblings, apart from your family. I can name three, though I will not name. Back in the days, I didn't have. I'm one of those guys that don't have clique. Yeah, in school, everybody has a clique. You know, from secondary school to university, everyone has a clique. Okay, I'm one of those guys who doesn't fit into any clique. Every clique sees me as a member of their clique. Let me put it that way. Even till recently, someone still said, I remember your crew back then. I'm like, which of them? Because I had crews in different halls of residence, and I had crews in different halls of residence. I was that kind of guy. I don't want people call my kind of people sigmas. We are sigmas like that. We don't have a clique, but you know we relate with everybody on a case by case, individual by individual. All right, so how did I even digress into this now, self? Where did I stop? So I have friends like that who are close by, who are people I can rely on. Though two of them are now married, so it's weird. It's weird because I can't even call them two people. I can't call them two individuals now. They're like one person now. So they are one. They are one person. I think that's IBK and Chisu. Abdullah, yes, the Abdullahs. I need to go to Abuja and see their son. God knows. Since they give birth to us, I'm not going to Abuja to see them. So that's one. Before it would have been two, but that's one. Then I have other close. Though with time, your closeness with anyone will shift, will drift, but definitely there's people we can still run to. I mean, people like Emeka Daniel Etiama. We met in Ibadan when I was doing my second degree. That's another brotherhood I cannot deny. You understand? I don't know how we connected. Okay, we are both economists. We are both big guys. We are both Daniel. We are both from the east of the Niger. Apart from that,
And so we connected. I think we connected when we were trying to register for the course. We just came in. We were trying to register before starting classes, and I was like, and he just saw me. He saw my form. I think we were sitting down somewhere, and we're not together. So he saw my phone and said, "What are the chances that both of us are in economics, both of us are Daniel, both of us?" And I just laughed, and from there we started talking. And we've been close, even when it was hard, even when it was crazy, even when it was a mess. We've been like that. Now we're not even that close. Now we don't even, as in, I don't remember the last time we talked. But I know that if I'm in emergency now, I call Daniel, he will come through. The same thing for me. He got to the point where at the point this is how we call each other when we're in Ibadan, when things were like, because the program I did, economics, Department of Economics, University of Ibadan, they will tell you that you can't work and pass. You can't work and pass this program in 18 months. Yes, the program is that tough. It's very tough. I don't want to go into how tough it is. Maybe on another time. When I talk about how I went into being a lecturer, maybe I'll talk about my experience with lecturer. It was crazy, and because of that, we couldn't work. It was just book morning to night. We were just reading, doing research, it was crazy. So we had little or no amount of money on us. So anytime we call each other, it's like clockwork. And we just go, "Hey, Chief, what you cook?" That's me or him on the line. What you cook? What they pot? And we're like, okay, so soup day, rice day, meat no day, bring meat with the come, or soup day, garri no day. It was crazy. And he will just come over, or I'll go over there, and we're living not too far, at least bike. Just take a bike and come over there. Then we'll share messages. I'll have some messages he will take. He refused to come to my church. I pushed this guy, but it's not. He was not an unbeliever. It's just that he was not the strongest. Apart from that, we shared messages. We were fans of TD Jakes. We were fans of Jazz, Pastor Jazz, Dr. Jazz. Sorry, these were guys we were listening to back then. So people like that. Segigo is another person, very close. Segigo is close to me as a friend and as a friend of the Project Salt, because he has been a major part of my music ministry when it has to do with recording, giving me counsel on music, on work I'm doing. Okay, when you listen to our works are beautiful. They are beautiful not because I say they are beautiful because people have told me repeatedly. And these are not people who are trying to just get favor. These are people that are like, dude, your work is good. Why are you not? Why are you not blowing? Why you never do this one? And I'm like, yeah, that's not what I'm pursuing. So our work is beautiful because of Segigo. Segigo is amazing. But Segigo is not just my close person because of his connection with me. So I met Segigo first on stage. We were rehearsing. I was with a team. I think that was Prestige Music Family or something like that, of the Assemblies of God Church, Badagry District. So we met on stage. I was playing what do you call it? Percussions on the keyboard. We were just rehearsing, so we were not performing as at that time. So I was playing percussions on the keyboard, the drums and stuff. And he was playing keys. The music was going on, and he was fascinated by the fact that I could play percussion so easily. As in, I was not trying to record it and program it. I was just playing it live, and I was hitting multiple sounds. I was hitting the conventional, drum. I was hitting, the congas and the tambourines, and I was like, dude, how are you hitting all these things with such precision and such? He didn't realize that that's what I did in Babcock. I was one of the people who first started percussion, playing drums in Babcock University, playing drums on the keyboard in Babcock University. I was like, let's say the first batch. I was the first batch or maybe I can say I was the second person ever. maybe I can say that second person ever who actually played it live. Now, keyboards are programmed. Keyboards these days are programmed with preset percussions. But I started playing it live, and it was important because musicians were coming in, and there are certain syncopations they want to do that those programs were not able to do. Okay, so you have musicians, you have a bassist, you have the keyboard, you have the lead guitars, and they wanted flexibility that those programs would not give them. So when they realized that they do that, when we had learned it, so it was like, this dude, let's work together. So back then, and Babcock helped because unlike a lot of other universities, they have other universities that have one chapel. Okay, they have one chapel for all students. So all Christian students will go to this chapel. Okay, if it's a public university in Nigeria, there's always a Catholic church and there's a Protestant church, which they really end up renaming to become a Chapel of Victory. That's Protestant, Anglican, and Pentecostal still hide on that there. So that's how most public universities. But Babcock is a private university. Babcock is a private university, and unlike other private universities, Babcock had worship centers. So students would break out into worship centers. They were not worshiping together. That helped us develop our skills. A lot of musicians who came out of Babcock came out because they had room to express themselves. And so when we met on stage that day, he was shocked. Dude, are you a producer? What do you do? Blah, 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 blah. And we just connected. We said, okay, fine. And we didn't talk. We didn't exchange numbers. After that was it. Okay. I knew he could sing, but he's not really a good performer. I knew he was not a good performer. So I've seen him on stage before, and I was like, this dude, if only you had the showmanship that comes with the voice, or that can go with the voice. Alright, well, Sego, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know Sego has an amazing voice. Sego has an amazing voice. He's inside his studio, and you won't hear it. You don't know it because you've not heard him sing, or maybe you've heard him sing only once. And back in the days when he used to do backups, when he used to back up for his projects, so for projects he's working on, people like us who know his voice would be like, say, "Yo, now your voice is that backup." You understand? Okay, let me give you. Let me see. My song Namesake. Namesake is on Spotify, it's on iTunes, on all the platforms. If you listen to Namesake, the backup is Sego. Yes. Yeah, I think there's a lady too. There was a lady involved too, but his voice is also there, and you will notice it. You will notice that there's a male voice. There's a male person. There's a male guy. There's a guy doing a head voice, or even a falsetto at some point. So that's where Sego and I met, but we didn't necessarily connect. In other words, we didn't establish friendship. It was when I wanted to record my Burdens. I don't know if you know Burdens. Burdens is my first ever studio work. My first ever. This was in 2013. My first ever. A year after we had started Project Sword, I said, okay, let me go to the studio and put this thing down. I had 3 of them like that: Burdens, Namesake, and Ife. A lot of people don't know Ife. Ife is an Afrobeat love song. So I went to the studio and I was like, say, I want to do this. And so he was like, okay. He didn't know I was a singer. I was a vocalist. And then he was like, okay, I like this idea of a song, blah 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 blah. Okay, let's do it. And I dropped the thing. I dropped the first vocal. So he was like, what are you kidding me? Do you sing? As in, you really sing? As in, are you sure you are singing? Are you sure that voice is coming from your face? And he was like, he didn't know I could sing. He just thought that I was into percussion. And that was when we established. That was Sego's place when the studio was very small. I mean, the studio was basically in his living room. Back then, when Sego know the job. Sego doesn't eat. At that time, he didn't used to eat. It was just neck and bone, just cheekbones and one tiny neck and just one skinny fellow. As in, I would literally have to beg him. Sometimes like this, after we walk from like 9 a.m., 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., I will tell him to shut down. We'll drive out to go and eat. As in, eat, baba, eat. As in, come on. And that was back then. So Sergio has been with me. I still work with Sergio. I've gone to different other studios. Trust me, I've worked with other studios. I've worked with other producers, but the guy just understands my sound. He understands my sound. He knows how to work, man. He knows how to give me what I'm looking for. And sometimes, unlike my first album, I was like insisting on what I want. This sound, I want this. No, I just now, as in, if he says I want to do it, I say do what you want to do, because he has shown me that he's a mature musician. He's an intellectual. And Sergio is such an intellectual. It shocks me sometimes, because Sergio did not go to conventional formal school. I don't think he did. Maybe he has told me before. I don't know. But he didn't do all this university, all this academic setting, no. But if you hear him talk, you know that this guy is an intellectual because he put his head down and he reads things, he does research. If you see him working on your song, you will think that he's just goofing around. He's listening to some native Ugandan tribal music where people are just wearing leather skin. And women are bare chested playing drums, and they are singing and he's listening to it because he's looking for something that he wants to use for one person's job. And I'm like, dude, what is research? How much are they paying you? That's what he does. He doesn't play with data. He's always online. He's always looking at new things, updating himself. And when you hear him speak, you think he's a lecturer in a university. You think he's actually a lecturer, but no. He's one of the few people I know he's the only person I know who didn't go to conventional academic university, formal university, who can match me, intellectually. As in, we can sit down and have a conversation, and both of us will leave there more enlightened than we came. He's that good. But I must make sure he doesn't hear this, because his shoulder can come on. It's not for any other person. No. Segigo is humble. He's a regular guy with any other person. But when he reach me, big down, Segigo he will just do like bread that they poured water. Bread that was cast into the waters for many days. He will just swell up and be prouding for me. So I will make sure he doesn't hear this episode, because he will now start calling me, and he calls me son. What nonsense! As if you just this son. So I'll be like, hey, you want to give birth to a baby that's as big as me, because that's what you're prophesying in your life. You understand? So Segigo is one of the person that I can run to any day, anytime, and he too can run to me any day, anytime. Then there is Noble Ilebuma. He's my childhood friend, grown up, my guy. That's basically what he calls me, my guy. My guy, you're my guy. I'm like, dude, that's not my name. But that is we've grown. We went to the same primary school. We didn't go to the same secondary school. He went to Madonna. I went to Babcock. We studied economics together. We studied economics, not together definitely, but he's not necessarily a Christian. Maybe he's born again. Maybe he believes in Jesus, but I don't know. I don't know if I can call him a Christian. I don't really see he lives a godly, a Jesus life, like a Jesus life. He apparently has a problem with Christianity and the church. Apparently, the church has offended him in some way, but he's still my guy any day, anytime. As in, Noble will show up for me any day, anytime. As in, Noble should not hear that I have problem. Noble should not hear that I have money problem. It's not, no. It's not. It shouldn't be heard that I have money problem. Yeah. So he comes through for me. I come through for him as much as I can. Yeah, so that one is another solid person that God has brought into my life, and I think I still believe that I have an assignment in his life. I just keep praying that God will show me what exactly it is, because I don't want that guy to. I don't think he will go to hell. I don't know. These are no matter how much you think you know a person, you still need to ask the person, are you born again? And they say, oh, I know Jesus, and if you don't know you're born again, then you need to find out what it means to be born again, and then be born again. But it's a process. It's a process. You get people there, okay, with prayer and with wisdom. But I know I'll get him there. If you are listening to this, no, repent. Repent by God's grace. Okay. So those are okay. I'm not IBK. IBK. I can't even remember how I met IBK. I know I met IBK in choir. IBK is my muse. It's just that he has left. He's no more in Lagos. He's in Abuja. Ibukun Alex Abdullahi is a muse. What I mean is a muse. IBK is creativity. As in, he's not creative. You don't get me. IBK is not creative. IBK is creativity. IBK is the person that I'm a music director. Okay, so I work with groups, I work with teams, I work with performers. IBK is the kind of person you must have in your team. I don't care if he's not doing anything. In fact, this is an advice to musicians, to groups. Okay, have an IBK in your team. Have a muse, a creative person. He's as in him just being around will build creativity. There are people like that. Even if they can't play an instrument or they can't sing, give them tambourine. Just give them tambourine and just say, stay. Anytime you're on stage, just stay, be playing tambourine. They are more valuable to you when you are in rehearsal. Good God, these guys, they bring out your creative juices. As in, they motivate. They don't know how to do it. But somehow they say the right things. They add the right pepper, the right onions to the right ingredients to the music, or even if it's stage play. There's something they do. They bring it. I know another guy in the choir. I joined DCC, my home church choir, TRI. There's another person like that. His name is Oscar. Yeah. I don't know how to describe him. He has been on a major TV show back in the day. Okay, but his name is Oscar. He's a creative person. He's the muse. Probably they don't know. It's possible that the choir does not know. Okay, but I'm sure he knows that there's an important role for a muse in any music team, any entertainment setup. So IBK is a muse. So I met him in the choir. He was singing tenor. I met Femi Ashabu. I met Lambo. The other person I met. Okay, so they were I think Shegun. I don't know if Shegun was in HOKC choir, but I met them. Okay, they were all tenor singers. So I came. They were in 200 level. I came in 100 level. One of that. I think they were in 200 level. I came in 100 level. Yeah. I was 100 level. I was a 100 level student. They were in 200 level. And good God, these guys were unruly. They were unruly, but I connected with IBK because of creativity. He definitely connected with me too because of creativity. We thought alike. Even though we are totally different people. I mean, IBK, I can say IBK is a sanguine. I've not asked him before. I don't know. Okay, but if I were to pick, he's a sanguine. He's a people person. IBK is a wonderful people person. I don't know how he does it, but everybody just likes IBK. IBK is the kind of guy that everybody likes. Everybody loves it. IBK. Ladies, guys, he's a guy's guy. He's a ladies' man. He's nice. He's kind. He's kind-hearted person. IBK will not cheat you. IBK will not play you. IBK will not to lie to yourself. Unless it's lying to you for your good. To lie to you is a problem. IBK will give you to his detriment. IBK will give you stuff to his detriment. As in, he will rob himself to give you. Alright, so that you don't lack. That's kind of a person IBK is. Alright, so we connected on creativity and then we explored different aspects of ourselves, of our personality. IBK was more out there, more loud, more bright, more open. I was more reserved, more. So me and IBK will be walking to maybe like church or something, or rehearsal, from the hostel to rehearsal, from the hall to rehearsal. IBK will greet like 10 people before we get there. Oh my God. And IBK greeting, my greeting. Sometimes, in fact, I've been told that my greeting sometimes can be rude because I will be greeting you and I don't break a stride. My stride, I walk fast and I'm tall, so my legs, my pace, my stride is very wide. So as I'm walking, I'm greeting you. If I need to wave, I'll wave. I need to bow, I'll bow. But I will not break my stride. I don't know why. It's as if maybe did I plan it? I don't know if I planned it, but IBK will stop and greet you and ask about things, and conversation will start. Oh Lord. And because he's a nice person, he will engage you, and you will forget that you two are on your way to somewhere. And so he does, and then he's a fine boy. So if he's greeting a girl in school, the girl will be like, "Who is greeting me?" You don't know how many ladies are dying for that fellow. He's a fine boy. And he's a good guy. So it's not as if he's a fine boy and he's a player. He's a fine boy and he's a good guy. That guy broke hearts. He didn't know that he was breaking. He broke hearts. He didn't know that he was breaking. And he doesn't have to tell you, "I'm not interested." So if you keep pushing, he will keep trying to give you soft landing. Meanwhile, you think he's giving you green light, and he will greet you. He will stand there. He will just oh my goodness. And we are working together in the choir, so I can't just leave him and walk away. If I leave him and walk away, IBK will turn back and escort that person to wherever that person is going to. So I can't even leave him, because the choir will now ask, "Where is your friend that you're coming with?" And what will your excuse be? That he was beaten? Oh my goodness. So IBK is that kind of person. All right, he's a wonderful soul. He's a beautiful person. And then he married someone that will basically call my sister, Chiso, and they were busy loving each other behind my back. What kind of nonsense? Oh Lord. The day he told me, I was like, what? Why? Dude, what kind of Lannister situation is this? My brother and my sister having googly eyes, making googly eyes at each other. Alright, but it was a beautiful thing they found each other. They were friends. We were all friends. Okay, we were all friends. There's NG, there is Princess, there's Yetunde, there's the bully squad. 4 of them like that. The bully squad. So we're all friends like that. We're all in church, we're all workers in church, we're all musicians. And these guys, funny enough, he was both of them were HOD and assistant of some sort. I was like music director in a way, you understand? So I would teach songs and coordinate songs, and they were like the bosses in the choir. They had no, and I promise you, there was nothing involved with this school. But somehow we left school, we did other things, we went to do other things in our lives, and somehow they connected in Abuja, and they just, so they are like one person to me now. So these guys are amazing. I appreciate God for their impact in my life. Honestly, oh my goodness, they are amazing people in my life. Because if God had left me to find the right people to connect with in my life, I would have made wrong choices. Or I probably would have made no choice at all, because I would just be running this thing on my own. I don't want to beg anybody. I don't want to be vulnerable to anybody. That's like my general disposition. I don't want to be vulnerable to anybody. Even my siblings complain. My mom complains that until I get to the end of myself and I'm like desperate and I'm like stranded before I will now speak out. It's bad. See, it's not a virtuous thing. It's not a good thing. Don't let me not lie to you. But that is somehow that is what I found myself doing. Alright. So if God had not brought this people into my life to impact me, to have impact in my life in such a way that only He could understand. Only God could understand, because He picked them specifically in different ways to show up in my life at different times and function in different capacities. And these are relationships. These are the ones I'm mentioning. These ones because they are still on. They are still on. These are people that I can just show up in and disrupt their day, and they will not have a problem with it. That's when you know that you are 5 and 6. When you can show up in somebody's life and disrupt their day, disrupt their plans, and they will just they will touch their life savings because of you. Now, I'm not saying you should go and start taking advantage. Well, if you're taking advantage of people like that, then you are not their friend. They are not your friend. You are just using them. So there are people I know. Okay, this is a good analogy. there are people I know. I can't say these words now. Let's say I walk into their house, their room, their whatever, their car. I can't say, oh, I like this your watch. That is a fine watch. I don't want to say that. Why? Because there is a very good chance they will say, do you want it? And I say, I would like to have a kind of watch like this. And they will say, take it. And I know that watch is valuable to them. But there are kind of people that will give you the watch. You understand what I mean now? So even though I like the watch and I'm just saying it, that when you see something you like, you just say, oh, I like this thing. But because I know where this conversation can easily end, I won't say it. I won't say, oh, I like this your hoodie. I like this. No. Because you know that they will end up giving it to you, and you will feel, if you're a good friend, you feel somehow that this person giving me this thing, it's not important. I mean, there are people like that. So when you know that you got to that point, then you know that yes, you are at the point where you are now 5 and 6. You are very close. That you don't want to ask certain things. You don't want to comment on certain things in their life. If not, you end up taking that thing from them. And you don't really need the hoodie, you don't really need the watch. It's just that you like it, but they love you enough to give it to you and not blink. Alright, so these are people in my life. Those are people, I would say, those are people that I met outside Project Soul. Okay, I met them in my walk with God, in my walk in ministry, or in my life, just being done it that I am. Okay, these are people that know my history. I didn't even talk about people back in secondary school. The likes of Edward Okure. I don't even know whether he still goes by the Okure. Edward, I think Edward should be in Germany right now. I don't know if he's still there. The Edwards of my life. Also in school, I didn't have a clique. I was with church executives back in secondary school. So you can say that's a clique. But even even among the executives in church, the Christian leaders in church in secondary school, whether they were Catholics or they were Protestants, okay, we were all Christian leaders. We all used to talk. We all used to hang out. Even among us, we still had cliques. But I didn't have a clique. I just had the best. But at that time, I just had the best friend, and we were best friends because coincidentally, I don't know if it's coincidentally, because I mean, what really is random in this world? We were both under the same guardian. We were both from Lagos. We traveled in from Lagos. We were born on the same day, the same month, the same year. Right, so we were like twins, but we looked nothing alike. There was nothing about us that was the same. I was tall, he was short, he was far more intelligent than I am. He was far more intelligent than I was. He had more passion. Oh my God, I had passion for God. I had passion that his passion used to motivate us. He had passion for God. What else? But that was Edward. That was the only person I knew that. Then Afam, when I was in the junior years, me and Afam used to click like that back then. Afam Ifuna, Igwedibia. Igwedi used to call me Igwe Doctor. Afam, that was another person. I will tell you one thing that Afam too had a major impact in my life. There was a time when we used to make some spiritual decisions as small boys, junior boys. We ain't shop nika for the house. Brother going college, we used to make decisions that when I remember now, I'm like, dude. And we didn't make those decisions based on our parents. It's as if somebody gave us counsel. We just decided. One of them was, we will not lie anymore. We just said we will not lie. Nobody has the power to make us lie. Because it was a sin. As in, it's a sin. Lying is a sin, first of all. Secondly, who the hell do you think you are? What exactly do you have? What exactly are you that I should be afraid of you so much so that I will lie and offend God? So we will not want to lie. So, and that was it. As in, we declared it, we settled it in our mind, we will not lie. And we moved on with our life. And we're like, nobody, senior boy. And if you know Federal Government College Enugu, in the early 2000s. Oh my goodness. It was mad. It was hell. It was a jungle. So you had to lie well to get out of stuff. But you can't lie. And that made us have to live upright lives, because if you have to say the truth, then you have to live upright lives so that you don't have to lie about the things you've done. So I think we'll do a part 2 to this. People that have impacted, and maybe the next one I will talk about people that have impact, people that came into my life through Project Salt or based on Project Salt. Okay, I will discuss how my team members right from 2012. When in fact we started in 2012, it was not the Project Salt in 2012. It was just the music team, Daniel, and people that were singing with Daniel. Then it grew to Project Salt. We had a name. Okay, I will tell you how the name came. Project Salt, the Project Salt. A lot of people, they like the name. It sounds like an American group. I'll tell you how the name came, and it's amazing how people can impact your life. Please value people in your life. Value people. Don't on that way you should value people in your life is don't have everybody in your life. If everybody is in your life, nobody's special, nobody's valuable in your life. This is what I mean. Like something Sheldon Cooper said, and if you don't know Sheldon Cooper, don't worry. Something Sheldon Cooper said, as a young Sheldon, he said, if every part of the book is highlighted, then nothing is highlighted. He was looking at the book, someone read the book, and the person highlighted, when you use highlighter to highlight important parts, important quotes, and important statements in the book, the person basically highlighted the whole book. Virtually, and he was like, if everything is highlighted, then nothing is highlighted. So if everybody is in your life, then nobody is really in your life. It's not like that. So have people in your life that have value. Understand, because trust me, God is bringing them into your life. They are coming into your life because God is bringing them into your life. God wants to do something in you, take something out of you, put something in you, get you to somewhere mentally or physically, whatever it is, spirit, whatever it is. He wants to do something with you, in you, through you, by you, for you. Okay? But he will use men. When I mean men, I mean men and women. Okay? He will use people to get that done. So understand people that come into your life. I can't even. Is it the Olares? Israel and Augusta Olare, doctors and professors. I think they're professors by now. I think he's the principal of Glendale Adventist Academy. So I think that's in California. This is an amazing couple. If I had known then what I know now, I probably would have stopped close to them and asked them for mentorship. Yeah, as in like active mentorship. Because dude, those guys, I think they were one of the reasons why God insisted I went to a private university. So some of you may not know, but I had no business going to a private university when I did. I had no business, as in I was literally chased out of the house. My dad chased me out of the house so that I could go to university. I'm telling you the truth. He paid acceptance fee. I don't know how he raised the money. I don't know how he got the money. He paid, that was 60-something thousand back, 63,000 back then. And he told me, this your school has resumed. And I said, I'm not going. I was waiting for you. I done UI exam. I done UI. I done everything. I was waiting for UI. And there was this massive strike, like the one that is ongoing now, 2022. Very long strike, and it was getting lengthy. Nobody was saying anything. Everybody was like, we are staying on our strike. Lecturers were not coming to class. So the school University of Ibadan was like shut down. And they're like, are you going to wait? So somebody had told my father that everybody in the street had gone to private university. Everybody on the street back then had gone to private university. Only me, so just me. So my friends were not there. Nobu was not there. No other person was around. So somebody had told my dad, when you go to private university, he was telling him about the benefits and all that. And my father, I don't know whether my father felt bruised that he's the only person that his son is not private university. I'm like, dude, we are broke. We are like flat broke. As in, I watched my father rise and fall and rise again, So it's not as if, we are living in Jigule. So it's not as if money we are literally. That's why I believe that it is possible to actually pick yourself up and do something with your life. So I had no business in private university. I had no business in private university. But I believe God insisted that I make it there. I mean, I had a bag with like 2 clothes inside, with the clothes I was wearing when they chased me out of the house, with money in my pocket. I found my way to, where else was I going to sleep? So I just found my way to Ogun State. I'm wondering how they did not send me back, because I didn't look like I was coming to a private university. There was nothing about me that said this guy is in the private is going to resume in the private university. I came to school, people were coming in Prados and Mercedes Benz to drop their children, and I was strolling in with God knows I had no business in Bamford University. But I remember the impact Olares had in my life, and I was like, if I had gone to University of Ibadan, a public university, I would have had this experience. I would have met these people. I would have met what they represent, not just these people, but what they represent. Okay, their idea of marriage, their idea of love, their idea of lasting marriage. Before I started, going to relying on Pastor Kisley, these guys told me, they didn't just tell me, they showed me that love is not only on television. Because I had the idea that husband and wife love is only what they see on television. It's not real life. So it was my contact with them that people can actually be crazy about each other, even in their 40s and 50s. As in, they can actually be like, my husband, my wife, my husband, my wife. I'm like, what's wrong with these people? As in, is the only people that marry? I don't know how come. But they until today, this is still today, they have grandchildren, and they are still all lovey-dovey. I'm like, what is wrong with these people? Why are they? And it has helped me understand that, okay, this is a possibility. I once was of the opinion that I was not going to get married. I didn't like the idea. But because of them, my idea changed. And I met the Shotusas, ministry people. Dr. Shotusa and his wife, these guys are so ministry oriented that you could see it in their life that they were depriving themselves of the pleasures of this world so that they could satisfy ministry, so that they could serve the ministry. And he would tell me of his vision, what he wants to do. Vision Center, before Vision Center became Vision Center, he had plans. He took me to the site, took me to the place. Oh, this is going to do this, going to do that. God of mercy. Now he single-handedly carries out medical outreaches in different places around the country. He give out hundreds of glasses, hundreds of operations, hundreds of checkups, medicines, clothes. It's amazing. And I met those people. I learned how to raise money for ministry from Shotusa, Dr. Shotusa. Oh my goodness, that man would just say, "Oh, we need something." Example, Babcock University. Imagine Babcock University, a church in Babcock University, Heads of the Kingdom Church, my church. His rule is nobody in this church goes without, as in, should be a debtor, should owe school fees, should not write exams because of school fees. This is a rule. It's his rule that no, if you are in this church, you must pay your school fees and you must write exams. And we will raise money. How we do it, I don't know. So guys will come and say, "Oh, this semester we need to change our instruments. Big Dan, tell me what we need to do to change these instruments." And I would think, okay, there's money somewhere. Let me write the list. Baba has money somewhere. And I'll write the list and come back and I'll say, okay, yes, beautiful. Now you and the maker as another person in there. You and the maker should find out how we raise this money and buy this instrument. And I'm like, I say, wait, sorry. You mean there's no money? He said, no. Where do you want to get it? We here, these are students. These are 19-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 20-year-olds. And then we are going to raise it by ourselves. And we will raise it. I don't know how. I don't know. But he taught me that the faith for provision, the faith for supernatural supply. I saw it first with him. So these are people that I've met outside Project Salt. That God brings. Don't just assume that people come into your life and go at random. There's nothing random in life. Hear me, let me say it again. As somebody who has studied random work, who has studied calculations of random activities in the world, I'm an econometrician. So that's one of the things we do. Random work with drift, random work without drift, all those things. We do uncertainty and calculate uncertainty and all that nonsense. And chance, what probability and all that. I can tell you with confidence, nothing happens by chance. Nothing. Everything is orchestrated by divine decisions, by spiritual decisions, spiritual operations. Okay? So people God will bring in your life, people God will take out of your life. Please appreciate them. Maximize the relationships you have. Maximize them. Don't just say, that's it. No, maximize them. Trust me, you will not regret it. You will be happy you did. I will continue this. Let's do a part 2 to this. I want to talk about people that came to Project Salt. Amazing people. And how they, if I've not mentioned your name, please don't be annoyed. Okay. I realize I've not mentioned Fingers, Finyola. He goes by the name Poe now, Mr. Poe. I've not mentioned Toby, I've not mentioned Daniel Sege, bass guitarist. Okay, maybe I'll talk about him in Project Salt. I've not mentioned musicians, Lapsi, Tolu, Shoemi, Tolu, saxophonist, K trumpet. People I've met at different times in my life, even back in secondary school. The Olise, my music teacher, my housemaster, Mr. Kalu, amazing housemaster, one of the best I've ever seen, or as in my housemasters I've ever known, of all the housemasters I've met. So appreciate people, teachers, students, your juniors, your subordinates, your superiors, your colleagues. Appreciate people that God brings into your life. Trust me, you will become more deliberate with the way you impact other people's lives. Yeah. So that's it. See you in the next episode. All right, see you in the next episode. I'm confident you've been blessed by this session. Please follow the podcast and share with everyone you know. You can also go to our website www.theprojectsalt.com, because that's where you get everything we have done, everything we are doing, and everything we are yet to do. Whether it's our music, whether it's our events, whether it's our videos, you can get it on our website. You can also follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram, Daniel McDon and the Project Salt. All right, and you can also do that on YouTube. Subscribe, like, share on YouTube, Salt TV. Those videos will bless you. You can also go to our online store, www.theprojectsalt.com/shop, and get our merchandise, all branded merchandise from our store. You can also get products from our partners. You can also partner with us and donate to what we do. www.theprojectsalt.com/give. Your support will go a long way. God loves you.